Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Having a minor issue this afternoon with the camera, so we may have to do without a camera today, but we'll get that resolved by tomorrow. I hope you had a great weekend. Looking forward to the hour with you. So we'll be having mostly second elementary school through 7th grade today. If you're joining us for the first time, you're welcome. You say it's blurry? What exactly is blurry so I can address that? Okay, let me know if you have any concerns, any questions, and also you can't see the problem. Are you on a computer? Are you in front of a computer, or are you using a tablet or a phone? Is everyone having the same issue? Not able to see the problem? Okay, Ini. Good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining. I hope you had a good weekend. Okay. All right. Thank you all for joining. I hope you all are doing well with your schoolwork and you're enjoying your, I guess, mandatory vacation. So it's not blurry. Okay. How's online school going for you all? Are you all finding it easy? Is it sometimes challenging because you don't have a teacher to give you directions on what to do? Like, how is everyone's experience with online schooling right now? It's easier? Okay. So would you like, do you prefer online schooling to being in class now? It's fine. Oh, okay. That's that's real anesthesia. Don't like it much. Okay. All right. So that's good. That's good. I hope. I'm not sure if all of you have the same situation, but I know that in schools here where we are in Texas, most of the schools are shut down for the rest of the year. So I hope people are adjusting. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and start today's session. Just remember that as we proceed, whenever you have questions, just feel free to ask. If you have a question, now that I know that a lot of us may not be going back to school the rest of the school year, if you have any topics you're going through in school and they don't make any sense, or some of the videos that your teachers are sending, you still cannot make some sense from what they're trying to explain, feel free to let me know, and I'll be glad to help you address those topics as well. All right, so let's take our first question. This is for second or third graders, but if we don't have any second or third graders, feel free to answer them as well. It's a good review for some of you in higher grades. So there are 982 students attending Cambridge Elementary School. There are 146 students in grade 1, 129 students in grade 2, 89 students in grade 3, 187 students in grade 4, and 213 students in grade 5. How many students are there in the kindergarten classes? All right. So let's see how you guys are going to cope with this. I know a lot of you are in 5th grade, 7th grade, maybe even higher. Are there any second graders joining us today? Second or third graders? Okay, so let's go ahead. You guys have an answer? All right, so we'll go ahead and go through this one, and we'll as we proceed, we should find questions for those of you in 5th grade and so on and so forth. So let's look at the school has 982 students. So this is the school, and then this for the grades. So for the school we have 982 students. Grade 1, I'm going to call it G1. We have 146. Grade 2, we have 129. Grade 3, we have 89. I'm going to put a 0 to the left. Grade 4, we have 213. No, we have 187. We have 187 in grade 4. And then the 5th grade, we have 213. 5th grade, we have 213. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add this up to find out how many students are in grades 1 through 5, and then we need to find out how many students are in kindergarten. So let's go ahead and add all of this together. 6 plus 9, 15 plus 9, 24. Actually, 6 plus 9, 15 plus 9, 24 plus 7, 31 plus 3, 34. We're going to write 4 here, bring 3 up here. 3 plus 4, 7, plus 2, 9, plus 8, 17, plus 8, 25, plus 1, 26. We write 6 and bring 2 up here. 2 plus 1, 3, plus 1, 4, plus 1, 5, plus 2, we have 7. So there are 764 students from grades 1 through 5, and we have 982 students altogether. So kindergarten grade is going to be 982 minus 764. So let's go ahead and do this. We will 2 minus 4, we can't do that, so we borrow from here. So this is going to be 12. 12 minus 4, we have 8. And then we have 1. So we have 7 minus 6 here, we have 1. And then 9 minus 2, we have 9 minus 7, we have 2. So we're going to have 218. Really close. Jaden, really close. Very close, very close. So it's 218 students in kindergarten class. All right, let's go to the next one. So here we have some multiplication. As an elementary school graduation gift, each student receives 19 pieces of chocolate. If there are 365 students in the graduating class, how many pieces of chocolate were given to the class? How many pieces of chocolate were given to the class? Let's give you a few minutes to try this out, and then we'll go ahead. You can use your matrix method, or you can use the algorithm method. Whichever one you feel most comfortable with, go for it. I think in the 5th grade, if you're in the 5th grade, I think you should start getting more comfortable with the algorithm method instead of the matrix method. You may not always have the time to do the matrix. Any answers so far? Do let me know when you have an answer. Okay, so thank you, Jaden. So let's go ahead and see if you're right. So we have one student receives 19 pieces of chocolate and there are 365. So we see there's a keyword here, each student. So each student receives this. So we want to find out how many 365 students are going to receive. And so that's going to give us a hint to multiply. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you the matrix method and I'm going to show you the algorithm method. But I'm going to start with the algorithm method. So we have 365 multiplied by 19. So this is the algorithm method. 5 multiplied by 9, we have 45. I'm going to write 5 here and bring 4 up here. 6 multiplied by 9, we have 54 plus 4, we have 58. We write 8 here and bring 5 up here. And then 3 multiplied by 9, we have 27 plus 5, we have 32. Okay, so now we're going to put a 0 in the ones place, and then we'll multiply 365 by 1. 5 multiplied by 1, we have 5. 6 multiplied by 1, we have 6. 3 multiplied by 1, we have 3. So now we're going to add all these numbers together. 5 plus 0, we have 5. 8 plus 5, 13. We write 3 here, bring 1 up here. 2 plus 1, 3 plus 6, we have 9. 3 plus 3, we have 6. So this is going to be 6,935 pieces of chocolate. The other way you could do this is we have 365 is 360 and 5. And then 19 is 10 and 9. So let's go ahead and draw our matrix right here. So 300 multiplied by 10 is going to give you 3,000. So we multiply 3 by 1 and just add the number of zeros to the end. 300 multiplied by 9 is going to be 3 multiplied by 9, 27, add 2 zeros to the end. 60 multiplied by 10, 6 multiplied by 1, 6, add the 2 zeros to the end. 60 multiplied by 9, 6 multiplied by 9, that's 54, add the 0 to the end. And then 5 multiplied by 10 is 50. 5 multiplied by 9 is 45. So now we have here, we're going to add this together. So this will give you 5,700. This is going to give you 1,140. And this is 95. So we can now add all these numbers together. 5,700 plus 1,140 plus 95. I'm going to put 2 zeros here. And we just add. This is zeros plus 5, 5. 4 plus 9, we have 13. So we write 3, bring 1 up here. 1 plus 7, 8 plus 1, we have 9. 5 plus 1, we have 6. So 6,935 is correct. Simi, good job. Jaden, good job. Okay, this is for our 6th and 7th graders. We're looking here at the box and whisker plot. So we have a distribution of numbers right here, and we want to use this distribution to first create a box and whisker plot. We also want to find the mean, the first quartile, and the third quartile. Anyone here in 6th grade or 7th grade? If you're in 6th grade pre-AP, you would see this as well. You're welcome. Okay. Do we have anyone? A little birdie told me. All right. So let's see. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm not sure if anyone here is in 6th or 7th grade, so I'll go ahead and show you what we're doing here. So we have a box and whisker plot here. So this is what a box and whisker plot looks like. It starts with the minimum right here. Then we come here, and then we have this right here, and then we have this right here. So here is considered to be, this region here is considered to be your first quartile. First quartile, this is your median. This is right here. And then this is your third quartile. And then this is your maximum number. This is here is your minimum number. So what we're trying to do here is try to construct something that looks like this from this distribution. So whenever what we're going to be doing here is arranging our numbers. We're going to first order them from the least to the greatest. So let's go ahead and try to do that. We'll order them from the least to the greatest, and then we'll find the median of that. So let's look at the list. Here is going to be, let's start with 9. Let's see, is there any number lower than 9? So we have 9. So what I like to do actually when I'm doing this is I write the number and then I cross it out. Then I start looking at the rest of the numbers. What's the next number? Actually, there's a problem. There's actually a 3 here. So I can actually have a 3 first and then cross that out. Then I have, actually, let's do this over because I can see smaller numbers. So we're going to examine the numbers first and look for the smallest number. So the smallest number is a 3. So I'm going to write 3 first. The next number is going to be 5. So that is next. Then the next one is 9. So you can either underline or cross out. I like to cross out generally. 9. And then after 9, what is the next largest number? We have 16 here and we have 16. So we have 16 and then 16. And so let's cross those out. What is the next number after that? We have 23. Okay, so let's cross that out. So after 23, what is the next lowest number? We have 37. Then after that, we have 45. Then we also have 64. We have 64. Then we have 77 next. We have 82, 90, and then 99. Okay, 90 and then 99. So we've addressed all the numbers here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to find the median. For those who are not sure how to find the median, here's another method I like to use. The median is actually the number in the middle of your distribution after you have ordered your distribution from the lowest to the greatest, from the least to the greatest. So what I like to do here is I just cross one from each of the different ends until we get to the middle. So I'm going to cross 3 out, cross 99 out, 5 out, 90 out, 9, 82, 16, 77, 16 again, 64, 23, 45. So you can see here that this is the number in the middle of the distribution. So here our median is going to be 37. Our minimum number here is 3. Our maximum here is 99. So now we need to find the first quartile. So to get the first quartile, what we're going to do is we're going to look to the left of the median. So all these numbers right here, we'll look to the left and find the median of that distribution. So I'm just going to write out the numbers just because we've done a lot of crossing out. 3, 5, 9, 16, 16, 23. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try the same, but remember, you can have one number in the middle or you can have two numbers in the middle. So you have one number here, you cross this out, and now we're left with two numbers in the middle because if we cross this out, there'll be nothing left. So we have two numbers here in the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the two of them together and divide by 2. So this is going to give you 25 divided by 2, and you can use 12.5 or 12.5. So your first quartile here is going to be 12.5. And now let's look at the third quartile. We're going to do exactly the same thing we did, which is write out the numbers. We have 45, 64, 77, 82, 90, and then 99. So now we're going to go ahead and try to cross out numbers. So we cross this out on this side, cross this out on this side, 90, 64. Now we have two numbers in the middle, and we're going to find the mean of those two numbers. So we have 77 plus 82 divided by 2. So we're going to have 77 plus 82. This is 9, 15. So we have 159 divided by 2, which is going to give you 79.5. So here you see that your first quartile is 12.5, your median is 37, and your third quartile is 79.5. So this is very common in 6th grade. There are some 6th graders actually learning that right now. So if you're in 6th grade or 7th grade, this is a topic that you should be familiar with. Are there any questions on this topic, or should we just go ahead and move on to the next thing? Any questions? All right. Okay, so now we're going to arrange these lines from greatest to least. We're looking at customary units here. We're going to arrange the numbers from the greatest to the least. For those who don't know, you have 12 inches, make 1 foot, 3 feet, make 1 yard. So I want you to arrange these lines from the greatest to the least. Arrange these numbers from the greatest to the least. And then I think after this we're going to do fractions, because I promised you every time we meet we'll do fractions. So the next one is going to be fractions. So we have from the greatest to the least. So the first thing I think you should try to do is to convert them to the same type of unit. And then compare. So yards, inches, and feet. Okay, but well, let's see. So you're saying the one with yards comes first, is the greatest, the one with inches comes next, and then the one with feet comes last. Okay, let's check that. Anyone else have an answer? So we're looking at inches, feet, and yards. So let's go ahead, and what I'd like to actually do with this is I'm going to try to convert everything to feet. We can actually convert everything to feet or everything to inches. Converting to yards will be a little bit more difficult because of 4 feet. So what we're going to do here is convert everything to feet. So we have 12 inches equal to 1 foot. So 72 inches is going to be 72 divided by 12, which is 6 feet. So instead of 72 inches here, we can have 6 feet. And then 3 yards, we have 3 feet. Well, 1 yard is equivalent to 3 feet. So 3 yards will give you what? 3 yards will be 3 multiplied by 3, which is equal to 9 feet. So here you have 9 feet. So the greatest is going to be 3 yards, followed by 72 inches, and then followed by 4 feet. So we have yards, inches, feet. Perfect. Jaden, good job. Good job. Next, we have fractions. So I want you all to attempt this. We're going to be adding and multiplying fractions today. Go ahead and attempt this. I always need you to remember, whenever you're adding fractions, you have to have the same denominator. Without that, you cannot successfully add fractions together. Don't forget that. Whenever you're adding or subtracting, your fractions have to have the same denominator. You can leave your answer as an improper fraction or as a mixed number, depends on what you prefer to do. You can leave your answer as a mixed fraction or a mixed number or an improper fraction. So we're going to be adding 4.5 plus 12/5. So 12/5. All right, let's see. Any answers yet? Anybody know what to do? Is anyone not sure what to do? Anyone not sure what to do? Five 3/10, 4 12/21. Don't forget, the second one is a multiplication, not an addition. Second one is a multiplication, not an addition. Okay, since we have a response on the fraction, let's go ahead and try to solve them together. So the first thing we're going to do here is convert both of them to improper fractions. So one of them is already an improper fraction, so we convert 4.5 to an improper fraction. So 4.5 is going to be 4 multiplied by 2, 8 plus 1, 9/2. So now we have 9/2 plus 12/5. Now we are going to now find a common denominator. So I have 2 and 5. I'm just going to multiply 2 and 5 to give me 10 in this case. So what we're going to do now is rewrite 9/2, so you have a denominator as 10. So 9/2, we're going to multiply 2 by 5, multiply 9 by 5, is going to give you 45/10. And then for 12/5, we're going to multiply 5 by 2, multiply 12 by 2. So now we have 24/10. So now this is going to give you 45/10 plus 24/10. So now that we have a common denominator, we can add the numerators together. 45 plus 24. So this is going to give you, let's see, 45 divided by 24, actually plus 24. 45 plus 24. 45 plus 24, that's 96. So this is going to give you 69/10. And now we're going to convert. You can either leave it as this, or you can go ahead and convert it to a mixed number. 69, 10. How many groups of 10 in 69? We have 6. 6 multiplied by 10, we have 60. We subtract and we're left with 9. So this is going to give you 6 whole number, which is your quotient. Your remainder is 9, and we're dividing by 10. So these two are exactly the same thing. Now when we come to multiplication, good job, Simi, that's really good. When we come to multiplication, we always want to make sure we have either a proper fraction or an improper fraction. We cannot, you can work with mixed numbers, but I don't think you want to deal with that. It's a little bit more complicated. But the easiest way to do it is to convert everything to the same form. So we're going to first convert 4 2/3 to an improper fraction. 4 2/3 is going to be 4 multiplied by 3, 12 plus 2, 14/3. So this is going to be 6/7 multiplied by 14/3. So now what we can do here is we can have this 6 multiplied by 14 divided by 7 multiplied by 3. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to divide above and below. So 7 divided by 7, 1. 14 divided by 7, 2. 3 divided by 3, 1. 6 divided by 3, 2. So now we have 2 multiplied by 2 divided by 1 multiplied by 1, which is equal to 4. So when you multiply 6/7 and 4 2/3, you get 4. Let's see. 1/16 over 21. How did you get that? 1/16 over 21. I'm sure you probably looks like you added, not multiplied. Okay, so we'll do some more fractions again on Wednesday, so get ready. I'm going to do this until I feel like everyone can answer the questions without getting anything wrong. Because fractions are very important for you to know. Once you start learning fractions, it follows you all the way through. At some point, we're going to be looking at fractions with equations and all of that. And so having a good foundation in fractions is very helpful. Okay, this is for 5th graders again. The next question. The next question is for 5th graders. We're looking at word problems with decimals. So farm workers cultivated 18.6 acres of land in 12 hours. How many acres did they cultivate in 1 hour? 18.6 acres of land in 12 hours. How many did they cultivate in 1 hour? How many acres of land did they cultivate in 1 hour? Let's see if anyone's going to be able to try. I'll give you a few moments to try, and then we'll take it from there. For those who cannot see my face, I had having some issues with the camera. I'll get that resolved before tomorrow's session. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this. So we have 18.6 acres of land in 12 hours. How many acres did they cultivate in 1 hour? So can you tell me what operation do you think we're going to use here? Are we going to be adding, multiplying, subtracting, or dividing? What operation do you think we're going to use here? What operation do you think we're going to use here? Is it addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Let's give you a few minutes. Think about it. So what operation do you think we'll be using here? All right, so we're going to divide. In this case, we're going to divide 18.6 by 12. So what we're going to do here, the trick I always use, or the method I use, is to ignore the decimal when you're looking at the dividend, ignore the decimal, and we're just going to divide it as if it's 186 divided by 12. So we're going to how many groups of 12 in 1? None. So how many groups of 12 in 18? We have 1. 1 multiplied by 12 is 12. We subtract this, we have 6. We bring down this 6 here. How many groups of 12 in 66? We have 5. 5 multiplied by 12, we have 60. Now we have a remainder of 6. And you can't find any group of 12 in 6, so I'm going to put a decimal right here. And that allows me to make this 60. 60 divided by 12, we have 5. 5 multiplied by 12, we have 60. Now the question is, what was the original, the question we had was 18.6 acres. So look at, I'm using 86 here, but what do I need to do to get from 186 to 18.6? Guess what? I moved the decimal 1 unit or 1 spot, 1 loop to the left. So I'm going to do the same here for my answer. We're going to move it 1 loop to the left. So the decimal is going to move 1 loop to the left. So this is going to give us 1.55 acres. So if they're able to do or to cultivate 18.6 acres in 12 hours, they're going to be able to cultivate 1.55 acres in 1 hour. So that's that. Any questions? Is it clear to everyone? Everyone good? I'm not getting any responses. Everyone still here? All right, so finally, before we go to our puzzles for the day, this is our last question. So this is for 6th and 7th graders. We're trying to solve this inequality. Okay, I'll do more questions like that. Thanks for your request. Okay, so yeah, for sure. So I'll do that again on Wednesday. I'll bring a question like that on Wednesday. Okay, so now we have these we have fractional inequalities here. We want to find the value of x, we want to solve for this. So what I like to do here generally is to find the lowest common denominator of 2 and 3. If you do that, it's going to be 6. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply both sides of the inequality by 6. So we have 6 multiplied by 3x minus 5 divided by 2 greater than equal to 6 multiplied by 2x minus 7 divided by 3. So now we're going to simplify this. If I divide 6 by 2, I have 3 multiplied by 3x minus 5. This is greater than equal to 2 multiplied by 2x minus 7. So the next thing we're going to do here is to distribute. So 3 multiplied by 3x, we have 9x. 3 multiplied by negative 5, we have minus 15, greater than equal to 2 multiplied by 2x, we have 4x. 2 multiplied by negative 7, we have negative 14. So now we're going to group common terms together. So I'm going to add 15 here and then add 15 here as well. So 9x greater than equal to 4x plus 1. Then I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. Subtract 4x. And then we have 5x greater than equal to 1. Now we're going to divide. We're going to divide both sides by 5. So x is greater than equal to 1/5. So that is the solution for this inequality. This is the easiest way to do it. There are other ways you could try, but it's going to take you a long time to get it through because If you don't want to deal with fractions while you're working through this and having to find a common denominator for every single term here, then this is the best way to go about it. All right, so let's go ahead and do some of our puzzles for the day, and then we'll be done. So what values of A, B, and C make this statement true? This is a mathematical statement. What values of A, B, and C will make this statement true? What values of A, B, and C will make this statement true? Anybody have an idea? Okay, let me give you a few more moments. See if anyone can come up with an answer to this. The value of A, B, and C. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, so I don't know what C is. Is there anything that can lead me to C? Not really. So here's 3. This is a subtraction here. So 3 minus 6. So that tells me here that I'm going to have to make this 2. And so this is going to be 11 here. So this is going to be 12. So this is going to be 0. So this is 12 minus 6 is 6. So 0, this is going to be 10. 0 minus, so 10 minus C is equal to 8. So 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. Let's try it here. 11 minus 2 equal to 9. So let's see if we're continually going to be right. So we borrow 1 from here, and it's going to be A minus 1. So what is that going to be? That gives us 4. So A minus 1 is 4. So A is equal to 5. So this is 5 right here. We said C is 2. So now let's look at our number and see if it makes sense. So this is 3, 5, 1, 3, 1 minus 2, 0, 2, 6, 2. So let's see if this works. We're going to borrow here. This is 2, so this is 11. Minus 2, we have 9. 2 minus 6, we have to borrow from here. So this is 12 minus 6, we have 6. 0 here, so we borrow from here. It's 4 left here. Then we have 10 minus 2, we have 8. 4 minus 0, we have 4. 3 minus 2, we have 1. So therefore, A is equal to 5, B equal to 9, and then C equal to 2. All right, let's do our last puzzle for the day. This one should be pretty easy. This one should be quite easy for you. Just think a little bit. Once you can think a little bit deep, you will get the answer. It actually shouldn't take you too long. Are you sure? Take a look at the other numbers, Jaden. You have 2 plus 3. If 1 plus 6 is 7, then 2 plus 3 here should have been 5. So give it another try. So look at 2 and 3. 2 and 3, 5, and we're getting 25. 4 and 5, we have 9, and we're getting 45. 0 and 8, we have 8, but we're getting 40. What do you think is happening? What do you think is happening each time? What is happening each time? Think about it again. 2 and 3, we have 5, and we're having 25 here. Here we have 9, and we're having 45 here. We have 8, and we're having 40 here. What is happening to each of these numbers to get from 5 to 25, 9 to 45, 8 to 40? So 1 plus 6 is 7. If you can figure out what is happening each time, we'll be able to figure out what this missing number is. Anybody want to try again? Perfect. Anastasia, that's good. That is very good. Because if you look at these right here, we're multiplying this by 5 to get 25. We multiply this by 5 to get 45. Multiply this by 5 to get 40. So then we'll multiply 7 by 5 to get 35. All right. That's all I have today. So Simi is asking for more decimal word problems for next time. So I'll take note of that. And is there any other topic that you want me to add to next class, which is on Wednesday? I will be doing fractions again. I'm going to keep doing fractions until I feel comfortable that you all are understanding it. So there'll be some fractions on Wednesday. There'll be some decimal word problems. And any other topics that you want me to take into consideration for next session? Okay. Thank you all for your time. Thank you for joining me for the hour, although we're going to be ending early. Thanks for joining me today, and I look forward to being with you again on Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your day, and be safe. Bye for now.